Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry about that. My internet is acting wonky, so I had to close out to the first video that we started. I'm going to delete that. Like I was saying earlier, it is super hot here. I've heard it's hot all over the world. There's a nasty heat wave going on. My name is Muzzy McGee. Thank you for joining me today. Like I said before, we're going to continue working and progressing. Every single day, we're going to continue working on the same exercises. The idea is that we do these exercises together so you don't feel alone. Doing these exercises is probably the most boring, most unfun thing you can do. That's why we're doing them together, because if you choose to join the channel, that's fine. That's great. You want to work with me on some of this stuff. You want to give me advice on how we can do better things. I'm all for it. Let's go for it. So what we're going to do here today is we're just going to continue to do the same things that we were doing last week. And we're going to add little by little over the years. This course is going to evolve. It's not even a course. It's an exercise class, more or less. It's going to evolve. So what we're doing today is we're going to go right into this. We're going to start with the warm-ups. We're going to do them at 75 beats per minute. We're going to do the alternate picking at 75 beats per minute from the 1st to 16th fret. And we're going to do the same thing with the spider alternate picking from the 1st to 16th fret at 75 beats per minute. And then we're going to go ahead and do the chromatic tapping from the 1st to the 16th fret at 75 beats per minute. Then we're going to go straight into the sweep picking exercise we've been doing at 75 beats per minute today, because we're doing all the warm-up exercises at 75 beats per minute to be increased or decreased by 10 beats per minute every single day. Okay, and then we're going to go right into the scales. Again, I think we're going to do the D. I think it's the D, E flat, and E major scales, if I'm not mistaken, which I've done that 3 or 4 times this week. I'm going to get out the book, the Guitar Grimoire book, which is available again in my description, which means that you can order the book. I recommend to everybody who's watching me, everybody who's following me, it is a worthwhile $28, $29, $30 to spend. I don't know what it is in all the other stores, but I know I looked it up, and the one that I have in my link specifically is $28. I know I bought mine years ago, so I spent $34, $35 on it, and I bought a bunch of them, or not a bunch. The author has written 4 or 5 books, and I got what do you call that? Like a pack? I forgot the name of it. So I bought a pack of the books. I bought the Scales and Modes book. I bought the chords book, and I bought the chords and voicing, and then the exercise book. And they're all available. You can see them all online. The one that I have recommended for this course is specifically the Scales and Modes book, because that's the one we're going to be talking about the most. Okay. Then we're going to go right into the scales at 95 beats per minute, which is what we've been doing the last couple of weeks, and we're going to do those 95 beats per minute for the next week or so, the next 2 weeks or so. And then we're going to go right into the C major and C minor scale, C major, C minor chords, followed by the improv. Like I said, we're going to do about 2-3 times. We'll see how I'm feeling at the end of this. The idea is to get as much improv in as possible, because this whole course is centered around me getting better at improv and you joining me and judging me. There's more people, I'm sure people like to sit in judgment, so that's great. So anyway, let's get right to it. It's been about 3 minutes here. I'm wasting time talking about this stuff, and we should be in these exercises. All right, so we're going into our Google metronome, and we're opening up an instance of the online metronome. Type in online metronome in the space bar, and then you hit enter. It's the first thing that should come up. We're going to put this at 75 beats per minute. We're going to start these exercises. I'm an idiot. I forgot to turn on my amp, or Jean-Pierre Orange is his name. I'll show it to you. Again, my amp is you can see it in the description. I put a link to it for those of you who might want to buy it. Again, the amp it's an investment. I have a small amp because I have a small room, and I don't need a massive amp because I'm not doing shows at the moment. And I've done shows using other instruments, but I've never done a show playing. Oh, that's not true. I've played 4 shows or 5 shows playing guitar in my lifetime. But I would like to do that every weekend if I can, because I love playing guitar. All right, let's get right to this. We're going to start this at 75 beats per minute, starting with the chromatic, the alternate picking chromatic from the 1st to the 16th fret. All right. Sorry about that. Not only was my amp not up loud enough, my metronome wasn't clicking loud enough. So again, now we're going to get right into the spider alternate picking from the 1st to the 16th fret at 75 beats per minute. Okay. And followed by the chromatic tapping from the 1st to 16th fret at 75 beats per minute for those of you just following along. We're going to get right into these the sweep picking exercise that we've been doing over the last week or so, and we might add another one next week or whatever, but we're going to get into this one real quick. should sound something similar to that, like when I get done with this, learning how to get this as quickly as I possibly can, because the idea is sweep picking, like I said before, the idea of sweep picking is to make sure that you're playing a chord, but you're strumming the notes as if you're playing each note of that chord individually. So. Anyway, we're going to get right into these scales. And again, I think we're starting with the D major scale. I have to look at it again. All right, Guitar Grimmy, Guitar Grimoire. Again, this book is available in the section of my description section of my live stream. And the book is, I think, $28.99. And it is a good purchase to have, especially if you're going to follow this course, because there's a lot of good information here that is easier for me to explain if you have the diagrams in front of you. And I'm not sure exactly what I am allowed and not allowed to post, which is why I said beforehand I was going to post them, and then I was really excited about doing it, and then I was like, I could probably get in trouble for this, so I'm not sure how much I can post. But I think having more people try to purchase these books, I think that might help. And it helps if you're trying to follow along with what I'm trying to do. In any case, we are doing the D major, followed by the E major, followed by the E flat major, followed by the E major. And we're doing these at 95 beats per minute, as we've done always. We're going to do positions 1 through 8, where 8 is the octave position, meaning it is identical to the first position. There we go. First position, but played after the 12th fret. Yeah. D major, position 1, first position. Second position, D major, 95 beats per minute. Third position, D major, 95 beats per minute. Fourth position, D major, 95 beats per minute. Fifth position, D major, 95 beats per minute. Sixth position, D major, 95 beats per minute. Seventh position, D major scale, 95 beats per minute. Eighth position, the octave position of the D major scale, 95 beats per minute. Now we're going to go right into the, I want to say E flat major, but we're going to double check this anyway because of the mistakes. E major scale, first position, 95 beats per minute. Second position, E flat major, 95 beats per minute. Third position, E flat major, 95 beats per minute. Fourth position, third position of the E flat major scale, 95 beats per minute. Fourth position, I'm sorry. Fifth position of the E flat major scale, 95 beats per minute. Sixth position, E flat major scale, 95 beats per minute. Seventh position, E flat major scale, 95 beats per minute. Before we doodle around here, we're going to go right into the eighth position of the octave position of the E flat major scale at 95 beats per minute. And finally, the E major scale. E major scale, 95 beats per minute, positions 1 through 8, starting with position 1. Second position of the E major scale, 95 beats per minute. Third position, E major scale, 95 beats per minute. Fourth position of the E major scale at 95 beats per minute. Fifth position. Fifth position of the E major scale at 95 beats per minute. position, E major scale, 95 beats per minute. Seventh position of the E major scale at 95 beats per minute. And the final eighth position of the E major scale at 95 beats per minute. And we're going to turn off the metronome. What I've said before, and I haven't done it yet, but I should put these up there, is with the scales, the idea behind the chords, the idea behind learning the chords is just to memorize them and to get acclimated with changing between different chords and different positions. So the idea, we're just going to spend 5 minutes on it. The idea behind it is just to practice getting in the habit of memorizing them and going back and forth between ones in different positions until I can come up with some sort of flashcard kind of way to show them up here on the screen, and then you have to play them or something to that effect, because that would be way more fun and way more fun game than just what I'm doing, which is just continuously strumming these notes. What I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to look up strumming patterns, like traditional strumming patterns that you can do, so that we can get through these and do these strumming patterns and learn strumming patterns at the same time. And then the other thing I was going to do is not just learn just the strumming patterns, but try to find rhythms that we can do, which inevitably is the strumming pattern, or would be more of a strumming pattern, but try to find good rhythms so that we can learn how to play different rhythms while we're doing the monotonous going back and forth between all these different chords and what have you. So without further ado, I'm going to get out my book. I do not have this again. This is not available on the in the description for the books, because this book was written in these, well, it was copyrighted in 1971. And this book, obviously, you cannot find a chord book, or you can probably find them online for free, but you cannot find one for $3.95. You can't find a lot now these days for $3.95, but again, inflation. But this is a good book, and as soon as I find one that will help out whoever wants to follow the channel, I'll let you know. I'll post it, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so let's get right to these C major and C minor chords. We're going to do, like I said, the book is broken down into melody chords, which are normally the bottom four or the top four strings. So D, G, B, and E. And then you have the inside chords, which is basically all the strings except with the exception of the outside two strings, or the two E strings. Then you have the rhythm chords, which are usually the bar chords, or chords that are played over 5 strings, which are the rhythm chords, so that you just have strum, you don't really think about it. And the bottom 4 chords, which are the bottom 4 strings, so E, A, D, and G. Okay, and that's how this is broken up. So we're going to start with the melody chords, work our way through the inside chords, the rhythm chords, and followed by the bottom 4 string chords. Then we're going to do the exact same thing with the C minor chords. Then we're going to move right into 2 or 3 sessions of the improv. It is a hot one today, guys. Woo, it is hot. I'm going to have to figure this out, because we cannot use heat as an excuse. I'm going to either have to do these really, really early, not in the, like early in the morning, but like at least do these an hour before I go to work. I don't have to be to work until 9:30 in the morning, which is great. But I could probably do these, because most of the people at my apartment complex leave around 7:30. And because it's July, where I'm living, most people, at least at this point, have gone on vacation. Most people won't be back into the city until August, So, or the end of August, middle to late August. So basically, I have my room in my apartment complex to do whatever the hell I want for the next couple of weeks, starting tomorrow, because tomorrow is the summer solstice, and where I live, there is a music festival all over the country. And it's usually after that date where everyone gets to go. Everyone takes their 6-7 week paid vacation, and they get the hell out of Dodge. So I will be able to do what I need to do, because I'm not taking vacation days this summer. And I'm definitely not taking vacation days from working on this, because I'm going to build this brick by brick. So let's get to these C major scales, and then finally we'll get to the C minor scales. And yeah, let's go. Yeah. Awesome. C major melody chord. Oh, sorry. Now we're going to do the inside chords. One more time. Now the rhythm chords. And now we're going to go right to the bottom 4 chords of the C major scale. So. messing up. The hardest thing about doing the chord exercises and scale exercises and doing the warm-ups is staying focused. My mind goes a million different things, like does a million different things a second, and so it's hard for me sometimes to stay concentrated because what we know more than anything else is doing warm-ups and doing this stuff. It's just boring. It's boring. There's no way around it. It is not fun. And I'm trying to work with you guys, and that's why I want as much advice as possible so that we can give each other feedback on how to do these boring exercises and to make them more fun. Because there is no substitute for them. There's no, some people can memorize chords. I'm sure they can memorize 100 chords a day and just get it. I'm not one of those kind of people. I mean, I get it. And once I'm the kind of guy that sees patterns. And so once I understand how it works and how it works with the strings, then I don't forget it. Okay. Some people will see something and they will just photographic memory, remember it. Sometimes it works for me, but oftentimes it's really just repetition. So I'm just going to show people how to do it repetitively and to just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until, like they said before, perfect practice makes perfect. But also, you don't practice until you get something right. You practice until you cannot get it wrong. All right. So let's go back into the C. Let's start with the C minors. Or let's finish with the C minors and then go right into the improv. Okay. These are the melody chords, by the way. Now we're going to do the inside chords. No, that's not right at all. There we go. Am I going to do this one? There we go. Now the rhythm chords. All right, we're gonna get right into this improv. I think we're gonna get 2 reps in tonight at the. Oh, I forgot to set it up. Ew, sorry guys, I messed that up. All right, let's go right into this. Got to open up a new instance of YouTube, a new window of YouTube, and then we're going to do the slow blues guitar backing track in A major. Gotta put these behind me. Oh, goodness. All right, let's get after it, guys. I've got to get right here into my playlist. Like I said, I set this up as the playlist. The A major ones are done, are already up. I should be having all the other ones up next week, meaning other ones, all 12 semitone backing tracks. I should have a playlist for every one of them. I recommend that you subscribe to all of these channels, and then also subscribe to mine so that way you can get right to those playlists, okay? So this one is the slow blues guitar backing track in A major. Let's get after it. All right, back into it, guys. Stay hydrated. It's really, really hot. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have in the tank for this evening. I wanted to say thank you for those of you who were able to join the channel. It looks like there's nobody again today, but we will try again tomorrow, and we are going to keep pushing until we get the viewership we know that we can earn. The background is going to no longer be white. I'm going to be adding posters to my wall, so I won't look like such, as they say in other languages, a schlag, which is someone who is I don't know how you describe it, but like not really. It's not a lazy person. It's a little bit meaner than that. It's someone who just the way a friend described me is someone who reeks of defeat. In this background, reeks of defeat. Anyway, I'm gonna get all this stuff taken care of so that this looks prettier. This looks prettier, and then all this works together. This and the background and this being awesome together. Wow. Anyway, my name is Muzzy McGee. We're here every day to get better at playing guitar. And for those of you who want to join me, by all means, join me. For those of you who don't want to, then just like the video or watch a couple minutes. And, you know, if you don't have time to watch a couple minutes, then just like it and comment it. If you don't like what I'm writing then, or what I'm doing, then just write that you don't like it. And tell me why. Give me advice on how to improve. If you're a creator, give me advice on how to improve. And if you are a guitar player, absolutely give me advice on how I can make these sessions better and more productive. So the idea is to not only get better, but to make these more productive so that we can get done all the things that we want to do and continue to push those limits every day. Again, my name is Muzzy McGee. Thank you for joining the channel. If you haven't taken the chance yet, just like and subscribe. And if you need to buy some things, use my link. It helps out the channel. I hate selling stuff, but in order for this channel to continue to survive, I've got to at least start selling some stuff or use to get some advertiser-generated revenue. I prefer the advertiser-generated revenue over trying to sell people stuff. But at least the stuff that I have suggested that are in the description link are things that I use and things that are products I buy. So do what you want with that information, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, everybody. Okay, bye.